Citizen Television.
Greetings and welcome to an episode of the Planetary Persuader. This one is for January 8th, 2021, and I love saying that. And this is the late, great David Bowie's birthday, as well as the late Elvis Presley's birthday, and I think the still living Jimmy Page's birthday. So, happy birthday, Jimmy, and Elvis and David, wherever you are, happy birthday to you. So, looking at the sky today, I would see the moon in the constellation of Libra. And the part of Libra that the moon is in is the lunar mansion known as Vishaka. And so Vishaka is part Libra, part Scorpio. So, in Western astrology, moon's in Scorpio. And Vishaka is about taking over areas. Vishaka's got two ruling deities. One is Indra, the god of gods, loves sensual pleasures, and is like best at a fight, never gives up. And Agni, the god of fire, who also rules Kritika. It's sort of like the god of truth, and that light. So here in Vishaka, we realize that there's only so far we can go with material ambitions, and we got to return to the spiritual light. Now, Vishaka is ruled by Jupiter. Vishaka is a triumphant gateway. Yeah. And so it's like, whoa, I'm excited, I'm happy, I'm going through the gate, it's beautiful, it's wonderful, and sometimes that's being born is a triumphant gateway. The yoni is a triumphant gateway. It's like, wow, glad we've landed here, and so Vishaka also means forked or branched, and it's literally about taking over areas. Like sometimes it's like a dictator. It's like, okay, this is the move. We're going to do this. We're going to take over this area, that area. And if it's a benevolent dictator, they're pretty nice, and it's not going to be that bad. If they're a malefic dictator, oh well, it's not going to be so good. And so it's like what we have to learn here is like, let other people have their rights. That's important. What we're learning is other people are not going to conform to our ideas. Also, I think what we've learned over the last, probably 60 years now is that it's really difficult to trust our own government. They've got secrets, that's about it. We can trust when they make a library or a national park. Oh no, we totally trust that. That stuff is good, But, if there's like money missing from a military budget or something and something explodes, then we can't trust that stuff, I can't even. It's like, wait, look over there. Well, something else is going on, there's all that. And so, we have to deal with that. And so we have to be, it's kind of like the words of Jesus, you have to be wise as serpents, but harmless as doves, and that's a nice thing, to remember today. So In Western astrology, we've got Moon in Scorpio. I mean, Scorpio Moon's considered a debilitated moon. Why is that? Well, Moon's exalted in Taurus, and Taurus is satisfied, and Moon's debilitated in Scorpio, because Scorpio is not satisfied. You know, Scorpio that we have here in the house is satisfied right now to watch, her program, but will not help satisfy her Taurus mate right now with bringing home the food that he's offering to pay. It's so nice. Anyhow, we've got for Aries, this is the week where Mars moves into tropical Taurus. Okay, so that's happening on, or has it happened? No, yes, it's happened. So, you're more focused on money right now, Aries. Greetings, Aries. Welcome to your horoscope. Focused on money. You got your mind on your money and your money on your mind. You might have a new career opportunity. Venus just moved into Capricorn as well, or is certainly moving there. And so, Venus and Capricorn has this whole different flavor. Isn't this interesting how Venus and Mars are just kind of like together, moving out of fire signs into earth signs? This is, it's a big deal. We're going from quick, lusty burnout, like, oh yeah, oh no, to like, let me think about this. Ooh, this could feel so good. Maybe we should just try this, give it some time. Let it simmer on the stove a little bit. Add just the right amount of ingredients and spice, not too much, not too little, and we're going to be okay. I mean, Saturn and Venus are friends, so Venus and Capricorn is not a big deal. It's not going to be it's not going to be a bad thing for you. And it's showing you art and beauty, and now we've got Mercury's moved into Aquarius. I mean, there's all kinds of changes this week, folks. So that adds to your midheaven and your 11th house, rather, for Aries. And, your social life should be starting to happen. Maybe after all the holidays, it's starting to feel safe or unsafe. We don't know. All right, greetings, Taurus. Welcome to your horoscope. So now we've got this thing here with Mars and Uranus approaching. So Mars is going to be approaching Uranus. This could end up being pretty explosive. And it's just something that we have to look at, something we need to consider. So it's like expect the unexpected. At the same time, I would say it's fairly similar for you as it was for Aries in that there's a lot of career stuff happening for you. But the thing that's a little different for you is that, with Venus in the 9th house, it's sort of like lucky in love, or it's a long distance relationship, or it's this woman that you met at the ashram and you feel like you have this wonderful spiritual connection and you want to explore it, or this man you've met that's in, 3 towns over, and you're just wondering if you can handle the commute, but you seem to be so well connected. And relationships are on your mind today, at least Friday and the Venus day, and later on today, Moon's moving into sidereal Scorpio as well. So there's just sort of like this intensity of like, how do I get what I want? And it's like, Scorpio's key phrase: I desire, I create, and that's your partnership. Now, I mean, you're somewhat satisfied, but then let's think of it on that shadow of the sidereal Aries for most Taurus. I mean, there's Mars there, there's Uranus there. This looks pretty dang explosive right now. So I would keep it in mind just as you go, just to keep things simmering, because it's hard for you to be grounded right now. Well, hello Gemini, and welcome to your horoscope. Well, I mean, it's change and death, birth, rebirth, occult studies. If you're studying astrology and you're just kind of cruising, YouTube and you say, what's this? Different astrologers have different takes on things. Well, my experience with the 8th house is this. It's all about letting go. It's letting other people have the power. You know, the Shaka Moon, this is not going to be the easiest thing to do today. But that's going to, loosen its grip. Everything's going to come back to feeling okay again. I think, you like, with Venus now in the 8th house, there's this intensity too. It's like, when you want love right then and there to be on your plate, answering the call, that's a big deal. And having spiritual vision at work, how you're going to do things, have a different kind of aesthetic than you've had before, that's important too. Mercury just moved over into Aquarius, 9th house, so along there with Jupiter and Saturn. So I think you can focus on brilliance. You can focus on some deeper spiritual knowledge. Maybe make a better relationship with your father or any of your teachers. And I mean, with the Uranus and Mars in the 12th house, I'm just kind of like, oh boy, okay. Mars in the 12th house, actively pray. Uranus in the 12th house, get out in nature, be alone, and let nature surprise you. Let the birds talk to you. Let any wildlife that comes by, even if it's just a fly or a beetle, get the message. Work with it. Well. Greetings, Cancer, and welcome to your horoscope. Okay. So it's like you've had all this is relationship issues stacking up here. You got Sun, Pluto, Venus in the 7th house. So you're wanting to relate. And then we've got Mercury, Saturn, Jupiter in the 8th house. So, sometimes the 7th house is like the marriage ceremony and the engagement. And the 8th house can be like how the honeymoon goes. It's a place where you give up power. When we orgasm, male, female, we're not really in power as much, especially guys, I think, it depends. I mean, if you're tantric, able to, not shoot your wad off an orgasm, you're doing pretty darn good. But for a lot of us, you get what my drift is like. We want to be, Venus is exalted in Pisces, so it's like we want to escape. We want to be drunk in love. It's like, the ultimate, no mind, Zen mind. But your ability to develop yourself spiritually is pretty high right now. And you've got good people in your corner. So just keep working with that. You'll like Friday's moon. I'd say lay low over the Saturday, Sunday, though. All right. Greetings, Leo. Welcome to your horoscope. Now, for Leo, I'd say Saturday and Sunday are going to be great for you. You're going to love it, Now, Venus moves over into the 6th house. And it's like you got to help. There's an element in people that are bullies. And so people who are weaker or are just creative artists, females, are often oppressed by society. Sometimes 6th house can be a house that obstacles are put in front of us. It can be a beginning place of illnesses too. And so, we really have to track our health as we're going through something like this. And this is what Capricorn time is for Leos, is just track your health. There's not a lot of sun here, folks. You didn't get a lot of sun in Sagittarius, although it was a good time, right? Now we're in Capricorn. It's like, you're not getting a lot of sun and you need to stop the good times. I mean, just temporarily, not forever. It's just kind of like, okay, we're going to hunker down. We're going to fulfill our dharma. We're going to do our deeds that we have to do. That's basically what's going on. Now, I think I said this last week, but this could be a year where you really change how you relate to people. And now Mercury moving into your seventh house, it's like, yeah, I'm much more able to negotiate and make a deal. And I know that I've heard a lot of people, like a lot of Leos, are sidereal cancers. And my sidereal Vedic teachers are saying that, this is a year where those people, which is mostly Western tropical Leos, most of you, especially if you're born before August 16th, for sure, that you're going to get engaged to be married or divorced. I know, that's crazy. But then there's Uranus and Mars in the 10th house. You really want to act independently. And I get it. You can only trust yourself. I hear you. You're on your own important mission. But I'd say you got a lot of negotiation to do this year. Oh boy, or this week. Greetings, Virgo. Welcome to your horoscope. Looking at you and your sign. Well, I mean, Mercury's moving into Aquarius. That's 6th house. First of all, right there, that makes you more Virgo than thou. So it's like taking care of the details, getting organized, making donations to poor people, doing volunteer work, exercising, doing yoga, practicing pranayama, working with your breath, dealing with obstacles at work. Not everybody's going to like you, and you just kind of have to know that, and that's okay. They don't have to. And it's the time where you really got to watch your health and take care of your health, too, with Jupiter, Mercury, and Saturn. So Saturn is saying, Virgo, I want you to really work on your health for the next 2.5 years. And be consistent. It's like, okay, I'll do that. Otherwise, your heart's open. There's more love coming your way. And that feels good. And there's some weird blessing even amidst Mars and Uranus in the 9th house. So imagine that. Well, greetings, Libra. Welcome to your horoscope. Take a little gulp for Libra. So Venus moves into Capricorn. So Venus moves into 4th house. So, Venus in the 4th house, kind of comfortable there because it's like Venus is about our needs. 4th house is about our happiness. Venus is about our capacity for sensuality and our capacity for creativity and the passion that makes, sexual connection to some extent. So all that combined, it's very potent. And you're more like in the 4th house, it's like, well, yeah, you're kind of incubating, like giving yourself some self-love. It kind of reminds me, Venus in the 4th house reminds me of the Beach Boys song, In My Room. There's a world where I belong and tell my secrets to. In my room. In my room. In my room. In my room. Okay. Well, anyhow, there's a lot of passion with just Uranus and Mars in the 8th house. Things could get kind of explosive. Yeah, and you're going to have to watch your health, too. And yet you're going to celebrate life and have a really good time this weekend. Okay. We're going to give it up to Scorpio now. Greetings, Scorpio. Welcome to your horoscope. Now, Capricorn's 3rd house relationship. It's writing. It's elementary school kids, high school kids, college kids, your siblings, like the years you're growing up. But also kind of more focus on the adolescent years of 14 to 21. And, I know it can start earlier, but everything seems to be starting late. And I just kind of put it on the track that, that a lot of people are going to make it to their Uranus return. Which happens when you're 85, I guess. Well, 84. So, 12 times 7, folks. We've got Venus, Pluto, Sun in the third. Creative stuff is good right now, and you're doing it. Saturn, Jupiter, Mercury, working on inner happiness, super important. Neptune in the fifth, you've got creative vision right now. And then Mars and Uranus in the seventh house, I mean, it's just like, Can I still be funny and shocking and still be nice? It is the question of the week, and yes, you got the moon in your sign for today. The weekend, you make some money, Scorpio. Greetings, Sagittarius. Welcome to your horoscope. I see this whole thing now. Jupiter, Saturn, all in the third house. Now Mercury's there too. It's like, are you disciplined with your studies? You know, it's like you want to learn more stuff, but you're going to have to keep showing up. You're going to have to share the information with others too. I found like a lot of times when we teach something, we learn it better. You know, part of it is, are you able to convey what you've learned? And if you can't do that, you probably didn't learn it. I mean, unless you have serious communication difficulties, you know. But Moon will be in your first house Saturday, Sunday. I mean, you're going to be on a roll. And Venus moving into Capricorn, oh boy, you know, second house might make some money. You know, this is what it's all about, Sag. Right now, this is your money train. And you're making new friends. And you're finding spiritual peace at home. Okay. Now we go to Capricorn. Yeah, it's all about you. And now you're looking really good because you got Venus in the first house. So, you know, it gives you a little swagger, showing you're sexy. It's like, I'm too sexy for my shirt. Especially with Pluto there, you know. Venus and Pluto are going to have a little rendezvous in a few weeks. And the sun being there, you're full of purpose. And it's like you want to strategize your words. You want to be more careful with your words. That's what I need to remind myself. Neptune in the third house. You want to have a spiritual relationship with siblings, you know. You want to be concerned about them. Uranus and Mars, over in the fifth house. It's like, it's like breakdancing. You know, it's like being in your heart and making those really cool moves that make everybody ooh and ah. And you have children, your children might surprise you. You know, they might be like, whoa, that's an amazing skateboard trick there. Wow, I didn't think you had it in you. You know, they're going to amaze you. And you're going to get moon. At least Tuesday is going to be moon in Capricorn. You're coming into your own, and you're doing good. All right. Let's go to Aquarius. Greetings, Aquarius. Welcome to your horoscope. So, I mean, Saturn, Uranus, Mercury. Boom, boom, boom. All there in your first house. But this is a 12th house transit. I mean, 12th house is the house of loss. This is not a time to, you know, really put yourself out there. This is a time to visit an ashram or a monastery, a spiritual place, someplace outside in nature, even if it's just ice fishing for a day, if you're like living in Minnesota or something. I mean, I know like with climate change, I mean, where I live, when I first moved here, the first, 5 years or so, winters, it would get down in the teens, 20s, not uncommonly. And now it almost never does. And so it's just like, wow, what happened? And I think human ignorance happened is what happened. So, you want to avoid the ignorance. And, with Venus moving in your 12th house, well, it can help you indulge in the pleasures of the bed. I mean, I just like lay low because you got only a couple more weeks before you're shining with the sun in your sign. And, realize that, you just kind of have to, put the fires out at home. All right. Greetings, Pisces, and welcome to your horoscope. So it's like you're having a broad spiritual vision, but you really want to have an impact of a gift that you give to the whole world. Well, that's huge. I mean, it's noble, but it's going to take some work and it's going to take some persistence, and now's the time to do it. A lot of this year is going to be about taking action and retreating. I think Jupiter's actually going to touch Pisces a little bit, a couple of times this year, and then retrograde back into Aquarius. So there's this like, it's going to be good. No, I need to back out. And so you're moving forward, and you're wanting to move in a good way. And I see Uranus and Mars together in the third house. So, I mean, you're going to be brave enough that even in a surprise situation, you're going to be able to give help to people. And that's super crucial right now. Because there's been a lot of that world falling apart type of stuff. And we're in Kalsarpa Yoga now, where all the planets are on one side. So people tend to get one-sided. You either see it my way or the highway. Why do we have to be like that, people? We don't. Thanks for being with me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share it on your page. I will be with you again next week. KozMcKev, Planetary Persuader. Checking out.